Good morning, everybody. Importantly, first of all, let's talk about who we are. I'm Simon Lacey, I'm the Regional Managing Director of ENGIE's London and South Regeneration Division. Really pleased to be here. It's a great opportunity to talk about who we are and what we believe is right around fire safety. I think there's been a lot of conversations today, and I think to get the contractors' views, hopefully no booing out there, please, but there is an understanding that there needs to be a change. Firstly, a little bit about who we are as ENGIE. The brand might not be as well recognised as maybe some. Hopefully the previous names that we've got will come to light and you'd understand. Firstly, going back 40 years, Apollo, the business where I first started 20 years ago, not 40 years ago to some of my colleagues this May. Where we started, and probably one of the original decent homes contractors. We sort of grew from there, and in 2012, when we merged with Keepmoat, we became a rounded whole house social housing provider, both on reactive and on planned. It's exciting times, and we've only stepped up more since then, since the acquisition ENGIE had of ourselves to take us further. The strength of a global business to give a contractor in the UK further armoury to take further delivery capability when it's offering. And with that, we've got the energy solutions, we've got facilities management, and importantly as well, we've got smart technologies that we believe will allow us to be the ultimate place setter and maker. So that's a bit about us, but most importantly, it comes back to where we originated from, which is about social housing refurbishment. It's the area that we still believe is our core business within my division, and importantly, is such an important side to fire safety and getting it right, not just now, but importantly, going forward. The Grenfell Tower tragedy and the Hackett review that followed shone a light on the need to overhaul the industry's approach to the procurement and delivery of fire safety works. Well, let's be fair, all works. But it's about making a change, recognising we need to move on. We've all got lessons to learn. There's been lots of that talked about this morning, and we are not alone. We believe we need to make a change. I think importantly with me standing here means we are making a change, and we've demonstrated that in our actions. A change in mindset to embrace a new era of act is necessary for clients and contractors alike to improve fire safety in housing. Tier 1 contractors like us, ENGIE, must improve competency and quality to deliver a robust fire safety offering to clients. And what's mentioned again this morning quite a bit, and I do truly believe in it, is getting greater ownership. Believe in making sure we're getting the right solutions for our clients. This is about getting it right. Making sure we're working with the best supply chain partners we can. Again, going back to that robust solution that ensures that ultimate assurance. Landlords must budget accordingly to ensure the quality of fire safety works provide them with total assurance. Again, it's about looking at the whole life of a project, not just the initial build, making sure the full thought has gone into the understanding of the life of the asset. Which takes us to the traditional paradigm of quality, cost and speed. Back in the old world, it was always a matter of course that you go to site as quickly as possible, you complete the job as quickly as possible, and no surprise, for as little amount as possible, little amount as money as possible. Quality, however, was a backseat driver, never often enough taking the lead within that paradigm. Things have got to change. The starting point of the new Act era must begin with quality outweighing cost as a key driver when procuring works. And this is change, giving us the accountability, competence and traceability, the Act. So how have ENGIE responded? Importantly, to prepare for this changing landscape, we took action to preempt the outcomes of the final Hackett report and develop a pioneering approach to the delivery of fire safety works to position ourselves as a leading contractor for fire safety. Importantly, the actions that followed and the actual message that we gave to our teams and the overall change we've made to our business is detailed as we go through. Firstly, 14 months ago, we invested in making sure we understood properly what the actual problems were within the industry, what we needed to do as a contractor to make the change, to understand how we could actually work with our clients to give a better service. We commissioned a report to research and consult with fire industry to understand how we can improve our offer to housing fire safety. We came up with a number of recommendations, and I'm pleased to say, and proud to say, that we've actually adopted those and taken them as a group as our way forward. It starts with the relationship and partnerships we've got with Frankham's. A bit of PR now for Frankham's. But it was early on within our investigations that we identified that Frankham's were the leading light, probably within the UK, on their understanding and shape of fire safety. For us, we wanted to be paired up with the best, and we want to work with people that can give us that opportunity to develop the solution that's right for us. It started with two key functionalities. The first one, an improved understanding, an improved competence within our own teams. Secondly, what you see in front of you is actually an understanding about risk management, being able to manage it better on site. As a contractor, I think we've recognised today that not all contractors have done it right first time or done it right at all. But we need to make sure we give the opportunity to our teams and our clients to do so. The service we've got with Frankham's allows us to do that. Frankham's are at the end of a phone call, potentially on site, to assist us with problems that we have. Technical advice, ensuring we understand the right thing to do on our jobs with our clients. We use the right materials that are right for us and the overall solutions we need. Some examples. Fire engineering. Cladding's been mentioned quite a bit today, but it's very relevant. We've got a job at the moment in Hounslow where we were at the start of the commencement of the job, and we had a debate with the client around what actual materials we should use for cladding. It was a healthy debate, but one we needed to expand quickly. We got Frankham's on board to assist us to do a comprehensive review of the options available to make sure the overall material and solution, the overall solution, importantly, was correct. We came up with a clear solution with the client and were able to progress quickly to site and move the job on to make the solution in the right way. Bespoke solutions, building reg approval and specifications. Again, we are advertising this service across our business to make sure we're getting this right first time round. We're getting the right solutions and right materials. And what I mean by that is ensuring that where we've got options, and we've talked about fire doors today at some length, importantly, there's a huge amount to understand around what is a right fire door in the right circumstance. What we're doing now is testing it. Rather than just assuming we know what we're doing as a contractor, let's work with Frankham's to come up with the right ideas and the right robust processes to ensure we do pick the right solution each time. The second side of this is working with Frankham's in assisting us to improve our competency and quality through the development of bespoke training programs accredited by the Institute of Fire Safety Managers and delivered across 3 tiers. We've taken time and invested money to make sure we get this right with Frankham's. We decided that we wanted to split this between key areas of our business: site teams, enhanced residential fire safety, improving compliance on site. Goes back to what we said, making sure we're right for our client and able to assist them with the right solutions. Detailed understanding of product recognition and key component specification. Admit managers to assist our site teams, get a better understanding of regulatory requirements, minimise risk and ensure competency. Now, these 2 courses have been running. We've got some excellent feedback on them, that the teams feel more armed with the right information to be able to talk to a client knowledgeably and be able to refer back to a specialist as and when needed. Then we've got the senior managers course. I'm on it tomorrow, so fingers crossed on my pass. But that's more of an overview to understand our responsibilities as senior leaders to make sure we get this right by our teams, understanding the training requirements, ensuring appropriate levels of staff accountability. It's the right shape for us, and I'm sure, listening to the different speakers this morning, that lots of you will be looking to take the same course of action to improve the competency within your team, and I'd highly recommend it with the feedback we're getting. Attitude to tendering. Now, a bit of a sensitive one. The results of our survey illustrated that need for Tier 1 contractors to adopt a different attitude when deciding whether to bid or not bid a contract opportunity. Now, I won't hide it. I think the old world, the traditional world, would have said that opportunities that land on your desk have all got an opportunity to go for and tender. As we say there, contractors tender the majority of contract opportunities and make them work. And we did. We made them work. Were they right to? I think we've learned, and we know over the last couple of years, and I feel particularly that over the last few years, we've prioritised, and we want to make sure we prioritise quality and delivering assurance in our delivery of safety. We want a long, sustained, successful future as a business, and therefore we want to work with like-minded landlords, clients that are driven by quality. Clients that think through their procurement, think through their jobs, understand their risk and ensure that they actually put together a document that allows those to be understood and prioritised when you're putting together a quality matrix and an overall scoring matrix. And that would be a bid. Won't surprise anyone, part of this whole scenario is all your stakeholders, and a key part for us is our supply chain. Our study highlighted it's not just our clients as a responsible landlord that must appoint competent contractors. So must we, and we must take pride in getting it right. We spent a lot of time over the years looking at this one, but ever so important, as we move forward, we've got the best contractors that work with us to give us that robustness. To maintain high levels of assurance, Tier 1 contractors must be confident that their supply chain partners have the required competency to deliver high quality works which keep their residents safe. Been said a lot, Elaine said it. You've got to be looking at that in everything you do. And I'm proud to say that we, as ENGIE, only employ third-party accredited supply chain partners to undertake our fire safety works now. Not sure many contractors can say that. Product selection. I think throughout the years, being Apollo, being Keepmo, we've always taken pride in making sure that we put forward products that are right for the environment for our clients. I think even more so now in the ENGIE world, ENGIE spend millions per year on materials and opportunities to be market leading in different areas whereby putting forward innovative products that can be more improved than current solutions. And with that, I think it highlights the importance that we've got now of getting the specification right first time to avoid latent defects and legacy issues as we've probably seen over the last few years. We want to be getting it right first time going forward. And with that, we'll have the traceability through procurement of third-party accredited products and systems, much greater collaboration at an earlier stage with our key supply chain, and then ultimately driven to make sure that we achieve client solutions. How is our client, or how can our client respond? We feel responsible in paving the way in changing the landscape and pioneer a new approach which sets an improved standard for fire safety works for the industry. We want to make a change. We want to change mindset, but we can't do it alone. It's needed that the client take the lead. So how can landlords act? We've summarised it in some key points here. Ensure ACT principles are used at the front end of your projects. Ensure that the right contractor is chosen with the right cost and, most importantly, the right quality. Be prepared to change your approach to procurement. Achieve assurances through making sure quality is your driver within your procurement. Understanding your responsibilities. Ensuring that those that you employ are competent by training your staff. We talked about it earlier in terms of what we're doing as ENGIE, but it's so important from senior managers to potentially the estate managers, caretakers within the estates that are working, that are properly understand and are properly trained in fire safety. And that's not just at the start of a project, at the build, it's not at the refurb stage, it's throughout the maintenance period to ensure that that knowledge and that competency is there to deliver the full safe solution. Educating residents. If the residents don't understand how to actually maintain a safe environment, how's this ever going to work? We've got to have that as a further key point, that contractors can work with clients to try and do exactly that, educate residents. Then demonstrating compliance. Ensure that you've done everything possible to provide that safe place to live. Now, obviously a lot of words been said this morning, particularly by all the different speakers. But I think the most important thing for me, if you can take away one slide, I'll ask it to be this last one. Assurance is the new insurance. Thank you very much.